Hey everyone, thank you for joining us. We have a very special episode of the Live MMA podcast. We've got one of the brightest prospects in Indian MMA. Shyam Anand is with us right here. One of the most, I would say, dangerous featherweights in the roster at MFN. We're just being joined by him today. We're going to talk a little bit about his fight against Rahul and what the future holds. Thank you so much, Shyam Anand, for joining us.
Thank you.
You're taking on Rahul Thapa tomorrow. What is your just basic assessment without giving away anything about the game plan? What's your assessment of Rahul?
See, I feel whoever has watched Rahul fight, they know he's a grappler. He'll be trying to take me down, and we'll see if he's striking. See, I have done striking my whole life, so even if he chooses to strike, is not a problem. But most probably he should go for grappling. That's what he should do.
Yeah.
And that's what like everyone knows. Ki Rahul is a known grappler.
He comes from a grappling team
Yes.
as well, a very high-level grappling team as well.
Yes.
Do you see your wrestling game being able to negate his takedown offense?
People underrate my wrestling and BJ skills.
I don't think so. I don't underrate your BJJ skills. I've seen you fight.
But most of the people do underrate because they don't know, like I have been national champion in BJ as well.
Yes.
Back in 2017, 2018. It's like, I like to fight. So if this goal is standing, if it's entertaining standing, or like if you like, I can bring that brutality in standing. I'll keep it standing, or I might go to the ground as well. It's just that you gotta play sometimes smart and like whatever you enjoy. So I don't have problem even going down.
Like I've watched a lot of his fights. He's known for like a lot of scrambling ability. Like I think a lot of the Warrior Scope guys are also like that. They're good scramblers to catch submissions. Do you think that might cause any problems with you?
I love scrambling, but I don't feel he's much of a scrambler. He likes to hold positions. Like if you look at the previous fights and all, he actually likes to hold position rather than scrambling.
Weight cut went well. No problems with that. We wanted to talk about if you win this fight. Say you might have a chance to fight against Budwar. I know your last fight you took it like a little hard because you lost. But where do you think? Are there any good things you can take away from that fight in terms of skill set? Your striking looked very good.
See, whenever I lose, like even the first loss when I had, like I always see ki I didn't perform what I can actually perform. So the only thing what I feel is ki Budwar fight, like if you talk about last fight, was split decision, and I somewhere feel I had the cage control most of the time.
Which you did, I said.
Yeah. Because he was on the back foot all the time. I connected very good shots and all. Somewhere I feel I should have won, but it was a split decision win. Also, I feel it's all about what's the God's plan. Okay? So I chased him for 4 years. I showed people what I can do, and even in that fight, I showed what I can do.
Yeah, from your first fight to the rematch, you were a completely different fighter. I remember, I in fact I called that first fight as well. With you and Sanjeev, you looked very raw. I think that was your debut, no?
Yeah, that was my debut.
You look very raw, and from where you seen you then and to see you now, it's you completely different fighter almost, I would say.
Yeah, so somewhere down the line, like I have always been a kind of brutal fighter. Like if you talk about my kickboxing, kickboxing circuit or BJ circuit and all, I feel down the line I was not getting fight, so I might have changed the style. That's what actually happened, But after that loss, because God wanted me to lose, that's what I feel is all about the God's plan. So I got all the again, like all the ropes of my life in my hand, and
You
again
took control.
took control of my life again, and then I showed what I am. And again, last loss I feel is learning for me. There are a lot of things which happens. I feel it's always a domino effect. Sometimes you lose, things start falling, and you see a lot of other things.
When you showed off a hell of a chin also in that fight, you got cracked a couple of times. I don't think you
No,
dropped.
I don't think so. It was a very hard shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like you showed a hell of a chin that you took his shots.
I do have a hell of a chin, but I think Sanjeev hits hard, but he doesn't hit hard enough, as hard as me.
Yeah, I've seen you put out some guys.
Like when you chase someone for 4 years or something like that. Like
you studied his game through and through, right? Like
so you kind of know them, and like I didn't actually hated him, but my eyes was there all on him, and you start liking that person, okay? And a lot of people think, see, now he has proved that he's good.
He's a champion, yeah.
But whenever he fights, a lot of people who are technical in, you say, in MMA and all, they say his hands are down and all. But since I have read his game and I have fought him 2 times, 5 rounds fights and all, his game is unique and he has a very elusive style. People don't understand the few things he does
very well.
Very well, and that's elusive.
Yes.
The counters and everything.
Footwork is good.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't expect him to run. That's where that's where kind of is backfired, because Sanjeev Budwar is a guy who brings fire.
Yes,
I'm a guy who brings fire. So I was thinking it's gonna be a total all-out war.
Yeah, but it was like this. It was more like
But Budwar, like I think from his previous losses, he learned his lesson.
Yes.
And in MFN 10, we can see he's maintaining distance. I kind of noticed he's maintaining distance, but I didn't expect he will literally run to avoid the the fight.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like you study a lot of tape, right? Like, what do you think that in MMA fighters in India, they should start doing what you do, studying more tape, breaking down like their opponents?
I feel all the top camps in India, including ICSA, we are studying the fighters, and that's the way to go.
This is Coach Jitesh for...
Yes. Yeah. So, we also, of course, if we are getting time, we are in a professional circuit, so we should study the fighters. They have fights out there, and we should study and we should look what they are doing. Right now, can't comment much about it.
Of course, this is before the fight.
Yeah, before the fight. But yes, that's one thing like I think every camp in India is doing.
Just I wanted to talk about your get-up as well. Anything you want to explain, like why you come out like looking like a South Indian warrior? Like, is there a representation of your culture?
Yeah, this represents whole India. It's not like some people might confuse with South, like they can say lungi. But of course, I have been in Bangalore for 9 years. In Karnataka, like my whole game has been developed there. I've been there from 2015. So in the northern part of India, most of the part of India, we call this dhoti. Okay, and in the south we call it lungi. And in different places, some other names. Okay, so this attire represents India, Bharat, the true essence of Bharat, the traditional culture of Bharat.
True Indian warrior. Like.
Yes. Somewhere down the line, like we have been chasing too much Western culture and all, and we have been forgetting our own culture. So when I get an opportunity on international stage, so I like, why not?
Why not?
Let's represent our culture, our tradition.
Yeah.
Because it's a very vibrant culture. I started with this one. So this also is worn all over India, in Maharashtra, you say Kerala, everywhere. Different styles. In Bihar, we say it gamcha.
It's called a gamcha in Bihar.
Yeah, gamcha in Bihar. Gamcha, UP, Jharkhand, and
that area.
In that area.
You come from Bihar, of course.
Yes.
How have you seen, after the success that you've had in MFN, your name has been out there, how have you seen MMA grow in that part of the state?
Like when I started MMA, all over India, people knew very less. I'm talking about back in 2015 when SFL, like around that time, came into the picture. Around that time, I started MMA. First, it was like fighting.
And you started in Bihar only?
Yes, I started because I didn't get any opportunity to train outside. Of course. So I started with boxing, wrestling, and wushu. I'm the first professional MMA fighter from Bihar.
Okay, all right.
And I think first MMA fighter from Bihar.
Huh? All right.
And now a lot of people, lot of youngsters out of Bihar are coming. Right now, a lot of them are training in ICS itself. Prashant, Abhishek, Bridge.
Oh, so they're all training at ICS.
Yeah, and there are a lot of fighters even training in Warriors Cove. Some are training in Cross Train.
Okay, all right, very nice.
Some are training in Mutant. So wherever they can travel, Bangalore is pretty far. Somehow made it there.
It's very far, yeah true.
But lot of fighters, now want to fight MMA. They got to know about MMA, what MMA is. And like, they are looking, I cannot say like it's a big thing to say looking up to me, but yeah.
No, they should. I mean, look, you're someone who's gotten out of the state and done something incredible, right? Like you've gotten to the point where you're almost fighting for a title, a co-main event in a big show. So it would be right to say that at some level they will look at you as an inspiration. And
a lot of fighters even in Sasaram, my hometown, they want to be a fighter. They want to be an MMA fighter. So it feels good. I started from nothing. I'm somewhere. Have to go a long way.
Yeah, in the middle of the career now, sort of like getting there,
Getting
I also wanted to ask you, did you watch Angad's fight at Road to UFC?
Yeah, I couldn't watch the whole fight because I was focusing on my camp.
Of course.
I felt really bad. But
any words of encouragement or something like for him?
I feel he has been doing for longer than me MMA. I feel.
He has.
And if people don't know, I have called him out
Oh,
back in
the day.
MFN 2.
When he
So
was-
again, see, it's all about, see, because I was not getting fight. I was trying to reach out everyone. I don't want to take names, okay? Because see, all are my brothers from Bharat.
Same dream. Everybody has the
same
same
dream.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into MFN and like, I called him out in FN 2 after Clinton's win. It was like Bihari boy versus Pahari
boy.
Okay, something like that. But he's really a nice guy.
Yeah, he's.
See, I'll say, some people say I'm a nice guy. I feel I'm not really a nice guy.
You have to be a little, mean to be a fighter, right?
I'm just the guy. I'm not the good guy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just the guy. But I feel Angad is really a nice guy. Even after the call out and all, he was the first one to come and shook my hand.
He's actually a very good dude.
Very good dude. Like I feel, like when I met him next, I think in MFN 7, he was the one who shook hand.
Yeah.
By the time he changed his weight category and all.
I think he's flyweight now. He's
now he's flyweight. I think in that he fought bantamweight or featherweight, one more.
Bantamweight lada tha.
He's a really nice guy. I feel, again, like I have fell multiple times.
Tough loss.
And he has also fell multiple times. He just needs to again get back up, start training, grinding.
Do you, since Angad fought in the Road to UFC tournament, at some level, do you see yourself getting there?
I'm not talking about Indian fighters, but I feel I am way above. It's just about the opportunity and sometimes God's plan. But I'm training. I know I have to work hard a lot. There is a lot of, I need to put a lot of sweat and blood.
Of course.
So I'm trying to put, I feel I am there. It's just that I was not selected. And I kind of got a, I might reveal it, but kind of UFC kind of shows I got in the interview. But since I lost the last fight, we couldn't go ahead.
But that's okay. It's the future looks very bright for you. Shyam Anand is just being very, very nice. He's one of the best fighters in the country. Brutish. I call him a juggernaut. Catch him tomorrow live at MFN 15, which is taking place at the Noida Indoor Stadium at 6 p.m. Will probably be broadcast on Disney Hotstar as well. Thank you so much, Shyam Anand, for giving us your time. We'll see you. Best of luck for tomorrow as well.
Thank you.
And see you after the fights.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, Shyam.